Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 5. Today we will present on labeling, an ethical way from the perspective of Malaysian standard. The contents of our group presentation are: firstly is introduction, second, labeling and packaging in supply chain management, third, role labeling and packaging in halal industry, fourth, halal labeling and packaging in halal industry, and the last one is conclusion. Our group members are Nurul Nashita binti Muhammad Sawawi, the second one is Ani Shahida binti Muhammad Fauzi, third Nur Afifah binti Abdul Halim, fourth Nur Sabrina binti Hashim, and the last one Ili Umairah Akilah binti Zulkifli.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ani Shahida binti Muhammad Fauzi. According to the Food Regulation of 1985, all packaged goods must have a label. Labeling is a written or printed stuff that appears on a product. Product labeling has information about the contents, components, and nutritional value of the packaged product. Labels may also provide details on the condition under which the product was produced. According to MS 2565/2014, the General Guidelines for Halal Packaging, packaging is anything or any methods by which product is totally or partially cased, covered, enclosed, contained, or packaged in any form. The purpose of packaging is to safeguard products so that they are safe and not easily destroyed. In this study, we will discuss about the labeling and packaging in Sharia compliance management and its rules, and the halal labeling and packaging in halal industry, the ethical ways of halal labeling, and the current issue related on halal labeling.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Afifah binti Abdul Halim. Okay, I will present about labeling and packaging in supply chain management. Okay, first of all, we look first at the definition. What is supply chain management? Supply chain management is the management of goods and services referred to supply chain management, and it encompasses all process that transform raw materials into finished products. It entails effectively simplifying a company's supplies side process to optimize customer value and obtain a competitive advantage in the marketplace. Supply chain also encompasses everything from manufacturing to product development to the information. After that, the meaning of labeling in food products. Labeling is a component of branding that allows for product identification. It is printed information that is bonded to the goods for identification and gift of this product information. Customers make an easy selection when they view the product labeling at the moment of purchase. Next, packaging is the technology that encloses or protects products for distribution, storage, sale, and use. Packaging contains, protects, preserves, informs, sales, and facilitates handling, storage, and transportation. Packaging can also serve additional tasks such as serving as accessory in manufacturing process, providing easy and facilitating consumption, and being a component of security measures to protect product quality, prevent tampering, pilferage, and theft. Packaging also be defined as a concerted effort, the process of preparing commodities for transportation, warehousing, logistics, sale, and end usage. Next, I will proceed to labeling and packaging impacts the entire of supply chain. Okay, first, labeling and packaging errors can lead to supply chain interruptions and should be considered when calculating put away time. Companies need to plan accordingly so that in case of distraction caused by a misprinted label, demand can still be met. To minimize the risk of this stoppage, it is becoming more common to implement labeling software and work collaboratively with suppliers to ensure data is accurate. A centralized and integrated management system where users can oversee label data helps minimize label error. Secondly, labeling and packaging error can lead to product recalls. Misprinted labels are more common than people think can happen anywhere within the supply chain ecosystem. In fact, misprinted labels are the first reason for food recalls. After that, labeling and packaging also affect warehouse efficiency. Inbound put away, inventory management including cycle counting and outbound shipping are affected by improper labeling. Correctly labeled items help to control inventory and provide immediate, accurate information. Moreover, establishing a good warehouse labeling practice can reduce the processing time for all warehouse area. Next, correct data on shipping labels is vital to get goods delivered to the right place at the right time, especially for international shipping. A misspelling, incorrect description, or empty field can be costly and hold a cargo shipment for weeks. shipping labels can also help to prevent damage and loss. Lastly, labels and packaging can help to ensure companies are adhering to complex legal regulations. Labels carry essential information related to product materials, ingredients, usage, recommendations, and more. After that, there are basic food labeling requirements in Malaysia, such as shall display the logo, ingredients list, the quantity of food product, instructions, food products expiration date, nutrition information. Okay, for logo, shall display the logo such as certified halal, mesti, HACCP or others on the food products. It would be a waste if the logos were not displayed on food packaging. It informs consumer that the food product is higher quality and the halal logo is important, especially for Muslim consumer. The quantity of food product is another detail label to provide. They must show the net weight, volume, or number of ingredients in a food product. Usually, similar products such as canned food and frozen foods share a standard volume. This allows consumers to choose only what they require because they can discern between different quantities of foods and different brand products. Moreover, the ingredients list is one of the most important labeling requirements. It may seem straightforward to include all of the ingredients on the label. Products containing beef, pork, fat, or alcohol must be labeled as such. Contains pork on the packaging. Next, for food allergens should also be listed on the ingredients list to alert consumers that the product may cause hypersensitivity. The nutrition information is another related component. Although few people are aware of it, not all food products are required to display nutrition information. Bread, canned meat, cereal food, canned food, and soft drinks are examples of such items. Regardless, food producers must be aware of the permitted claims that can be made on food packaging. Another mandatory label is the food product's expiration date. Do not take this lightly because it can endanger customers' health and have a negative influence on business. Remember that it should never mislead consumers about the product and must adhere to the Food Regulations 1985. Finally, the instructions. If the food product requires additional detail, a consumer must follow to maintain its quality. Display the instructions so as not to ruin the customer experience. This includes a direction of storage such as for frozen foods, instruction after opening such as for canned food, and cooking instruction such as for cake meat.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Nur Sabrina Hashim. I will proceed to the role labeling and packaging in supply chain management. Okay, nowadays competition is first for business. Okay, for this reason, the company need to stay ahead of the game with all of its various strategy, including that labeling and also packaging in supply chain management. Okay, the label on product perform all type of function from the meeting legal regulation to inventory control. So this is why it important for your company to utilize an effective method of labeling through its time in business. Okay, there are many rule labeling and packaging in supply chain management, but I can tell you 5 points, which is the first is meeting legal regulations, second is addressing customer concern, third enticing purchases through labeling, fourth notating warehouse location on label, and 5 if controlling inventory with labeling and computer software. Okay, for meeting legal regulation, okay, the first consideration for product labeling is to ensure that it meets all legal regulation. Okay, for example, Food Regulation 1985. Okay, the product must have ingredient list, nutritional fact, manufacturer or importer, barcode, and also the instruction, which is the product suitable in room temperature or not. Okay. Regulations such as they vary depending on the category that your product fit into at present. Okay, typically the material or ingredient that are in a product are main focus of the label along with such thing as consumer warning and nutritional information as with a label. Okay, for example, if the company put the pork as their ingredient list, so to make consumer aware about this one, the company need to put the product, the labeling and their packaging, which is contain pork, so Muslim can aware about this. Okay, next is addressing customer concern. Okay, label also play an important role in addressing customer concern. Okay, one example of this is when an edible product may be produced at plant with peanut item. Okay, this is very famous example because some of consumers suffer from peanut allergy, and the consumer need to know this fact because it's important to protect their health. Because if the consumer consume the peanut, they have many effect, which is sneezing, itching eyes, watering eyes, the vomiting, chest tightness, and also shortness of breath, and many more. So the ingredient list also show notated if any peanut product are in the specific edible that is in the container. Okay, the third one is enticing purchases through labeling. Okay, when your company product will at some time be in the retail marketplace, their labeling should be attractive on top of informative to help entice customers to purchase them. Okay, this is just another important function of labeling in supply chain management. Okay, for example, the description on food labeling. Okay, although non-compulsory, okay, consumer appreciate those little information of the product. Okay, the company can either talk about their proud company or achievement of the company, and some fun fact about the product. Okay, for example, milk product. They always use the fun fact about the benefit of milk, which is good for bone, teeth, and so on. Okay, but we need to make sure that the information or fun fact cannot mislead the consumer, that make consumer confused. Okay, next is notating warehouse location on label. Labeling also can include location placement in the warehouse to ensure that the order contain this information when they come through the system. By including this information, it helps the order pickers process the order in accurate and expeditious manner. As a result, you will improve customer satisfaction. Okay, for example, courier service like DHL, Puslaju, and JNT, they always highlight the postcode to ensure that the product can deliver very accurate to consumer. And we as a customer and consumer also can track our product or goods on system only, such as Puslaju tracking, DHL tracking, and so on. Okay, the last one is controlling inventory with labeling and computer software. Effective inventory control is crucial, and labeling help dramatically with this today. Okay, workers scan product into the computer system with the help of special label that contain all necessary information to track the product on the way in or out their warehouse. Okay, through this, supplier can readily see which product sell fast, out of stock, possible overstock, or which one need additional stock. Okay, this is very important to make sure the supplier can reduce their time to make sure their work is very effective and efficient.
Hi, I am Nurul Nashita. I will present on halal labeling and packaging in halal industry. So today I will present on ethical ways of halal labeling. As we know, every packaging label should be printed prominently, clearly, and indelible. Each packaging label must be printed clearly, brightly, and not easily erased to ensure that the information contained in the product can be clearly read by consumers. This is to avoid any misunderstanding or confusion to consumers when buying. Before we forget, the packaging label should contain information according to the rules, Act, and related standards, among which are, firstly, the name of the product. The name that used for the product must be suitable and do not related to any harm products and ingredients. Secondly, the Malaysia Halal logo with the Malaysia standard MS number and any other file references number, just stated its last 10 digits. This reference number will help the consumer and the seller to use it for any traceability methods. Thirdly, the net content must be stated in metric measurement, which is SI unit. The international system of units SI, sometimes known as the metric system, is the global measuring standard. For added information, on May 20, 1875, 17 countries, including the United States, signed the International Treaty of the Meter in Paris, which is today known as World Metrology Day. Next, for the fourth, on the label, the name and address of the manufacturer, importer, and distributor, and its trademark must be included. A trademark label is a type of legal protection that is used to safeguard original works. This allows the owner of the trademark or copyright to display, reproduce, and distribute the work in issue exclusively. A copyright lasts for the lifetime of the original holder, plus 70 years after his or her death. For the fifth, among the important things to have on the labeling is the list of the ingredients. The ingredient list is particularly crucial for persons with food allergies, but it may also disclose hidden fats, additional sugars, and the sort of grains and flour that have been used. The ingredient list must include information that's not included on the nutrition facts label. Okay, next we will go to the number 6, which is the coding number need to be put on the labeling. Okay, this is to show the date or production batch number and their expiry date. This will help consumer to decide which products should they buy, and they also will note about the last date of the products can be used. 7th, the country of the product's origin must be shown on the label. Why? Because the country of origin plays a vital role in both the product assessment process and the buying decision. Its significance is determined by the amount of knowledge consumer have about the product and category. 8. The labeling and advertising shall not contravene the principle of Sharia law and must not highlight indecency which contradict the Sharia law. As a result, the commercial that is broadcast may be violation of Muslim law. It is consumer right because they are deceiving or risking consumer safety as well as making exaggerate claims. There has also been misuse of the halal emblem and the employment of model in advertisement who do not comply with Sharia law, which might affect customer behavior, particularly among Muslims. Means the Malaysia halal logo cannot be used on promotional products in conjunction with non-Islamic religious festivals or together with non-Islamic religious emblem. This is because to avoid any misunderstanding to Muslims to use it, and this will raise various questions about the halal status of the product and cast doubt on Muslim consumers. 10. The number of the product does not use the word halal and name with any elements of religion and God. This is to prevent traders from using the name of gods or Islamic terms to streamline business sales. This is an inappropriate thing because religion is not something to be advertised. Religion is sacred. Okay, lastly, the packaging material that being used shall not be made from material which are classified as najis because najis is filthy and something filthy will take away the purify and legitimacy of a thing, and the products will be filthy or can change to haram if the packaging derived from haram material. So that's from me. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ili Umaira and I will present about the current issues related to halal labeling. The first current issue is a health product called Jus Asuna. Jus Asuna Gold and Jus Penawar, famous in Malaysia in 2018. It is a product that has been seized by a non-Muslim couple who develops health remedies, healthy juice, known as Jus Asuna. Steroids are used in medication which are dexamethasone and prednisolone, which are forbidden under the 1983 Food Act. Both kinds of the steroids are used to treat severe inflammation and pain. Lengthy use of the substance can cause major adverse outcomes such as muscle weakness, fragile broken bones, elevated blood sugar, hypertension, cataracts, increased risk of infection, and Cushing's syndrome without any monitoring from any healthcare specialist. In order to treat the Muslim consumer into making profit, the corporation, for example, exploit Islamic qualities such as the hadith, the sunnah is made as a trademark for packaging. Jus Penawar are told using organic and natural fruit juice. However, they use flavored powder, caramel, unfiltered pipe water, and chemical compound. This problem was due to the fact that corporation was utilizing steroids without considering the Food Act 1983 for regulation and did not declare that they use organic compounds in the packaging. The second issue was prominent and it is currently frequent on the market. Since 2013, this problem has been emerged in Islamic statistics on product labeling. This is due largely to the development of a wide diversity of items such as food, beverages, cosmetics, and other healthy alternatives which are eager to utilize this Islamic characteristic. The interest in Islam was so high at the period where whatever our Quran verses and hadith held, people might believe it without even looking at the label of the product. Best food is commonly known as product based on Sunnah food and Ruqyah food and drinks. Certain items are made blended ingredients, Zamzam water. The Zamzam water utilized as a compound of substance, however, they use it in a tiny amount. The product is labeled as an ingredient with Zamzam water. It's possible where people wouldn't believe it's a scam because they believe that the product is more blessed and effective that makes it difficult in this matter. The demand was still high for the products. They believe that the Quranic verses or Ruqyah and Sunnah food have its merits and can treat one particular sickness. The manufacturer will utilize these Islamic traits to persuade Muslim consumers to buy and sell the product at a higher price. The third one is all about abusing the halal logo itself in Singapore. It is now obvious that some enterprises manufacture food premises apply halal logo on their product and facilities. They do not understand the genuine reason why halal as if they merely gain confidence and businesses leverage from Muslim consumer. This issue has brought doubt and insecurity among Muslim buyers when they are going to buy something. This difficulty is caused by the lack of a Singaporean halal standard by the local food manufacturers and the failure to give evidence that the document already contained demonstrating that their product is lawfully branded as a halal product. Using the halal logo, Muslim consumer will be happily assisted when selecting their favorite products. Singapore is still looking up to Malaysia on how to create their own halal certification process because halal logo produced by Jakim is more coordinated and efficient.
In conclusion, halal packaging must be manufactured, packed, or delivered in sanitary conditions in line with good manufacturing practice, or any applicable public health law, including the Food Hygiene Regulation 2009, which is now in effect by Malaysia's competent authority based on MS Law Part 65/2014. Labeling and advertising must not violate Sharia law principles and must not stress obscenity, which is prohibited by Sharia law. The Malaysian halal logo may not be used on promotional items in combination with non-Islamic religious festival or religious symbols. The product name does not contain the phrase halal, nor does it contain aspect or religion or God, and the package material is not manufactured from non-classified materials. That's all from us. Thank you for listening.